All right, this is 25 CR1, State of Kansas versus Amber Norwood. Party state appearances, please.
Good morning, sir. Larry Marchinsky, County Attorney on behalf of the state of Kansas.
Richard Paul on behalf of Ms. Norwood, who appears via Zoom at a separate location than council.
All righty. Ms. Norwood, as we go through this, if at any time you need to speak in person with your attorney privately, let me know. I can make that happen quite easily, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Ms. Norwood, on April 17th, 2025, you appeared before this court, entered a plea, and were found guilty of DUI, third offense, level 6 non-person felony. The court accepted your plea, found you guilty of that count. Have the parties had plenty of time to review the pre-sentence investigation report?
The state has, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Does either party have any disagreement with the criminal history worksheet?
No disagreement on behalf of the state of Kansas, sir.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Norwood, do you admit the criminal history set forth in that worksheet is correct?
Yeah.
All righty. I find the defendant's criminal history score to be I. Primary crime is count 1, the DUI, third offense, level 6 felony. In my notes, yeah, non-person felony. Regarding count 1, I find the presumptive guideline sentence for that primary offense is a prison term of 17 to 19 months with a standard sentence of 18 months. Post-release supervision, probation duration of 24 months apiece. You do fall in the presumptive probation category. The notes are wrong, but it's right. Presumptive probation. Does the state request a duration or a dispositional departure?
No, sir.
Does the defendant request any departures?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. State's recommendation.
Your Honor, my plea agreement with the defense was simply that I was going to recommend the standard number in the appropriate guidelines grid box, and then otherwise follow the statutory presumptions or requirements set forth in 8-1657. I would note that pursuant to the most recent statutory incarnation of the DUI law, there is no mandatory fine for this, so the state did not advise that it would not request a fine. And then I agreed to the mandatory minimum confinement, which would be 48 hours of consecutive in-jail custody, which the PSI leads me to believe she has served. And then it would be the remainder of 30 days. That would be 240 hours of hour-for-hour confinement. And then the remainder of that time could be granted day-for-day confinement, if granted house arrest, of course, which is the state's recommendation. Or a plea agreement. And I don't have anything else, Your Honor.
All righty. Mr. Paul, anything to present on behalf of the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Marchinsky laid out basically everything very nicely. She does have her jail credit. She does need to do, we would ask to put her on house arrest. She does work. She does, right now she has a scram bracelet on. We would ask that to be removed so she could be put on GPS for her house arrest. She, according to the PSI, and after talking to her, she makes approximately $2,300 a month. She does have 4 children. I have approximately $700 in attorney's fees. I would ask that the BIDS app and the other be waived. She's got between KBI lab fees, DNA database, and supervision and all the fees, it's close to $1,000, Judge. That's the reason I'm asking for the waiver of the BIDS app and the attorney's fees. And I think all the other conditions are pretty standard.
Okay. There is I'm about to sneeze, sorry. There is a $400 KBI lab fee.
I do believe that's correct, Judge. Let me double check, but I think that's right when I looked at it earlier.
Yes, okay. Judge, a blood sample was taken.
Okay.
And there was a KBI lab report, so we don't dispute that.
All right, very good. Ms. Norwood, do you wish to make a statement on your own behalf and or present any evidence in mitigation of punishment?
No, sir.
All righty. Do you know of any legal reason why a sentence should not be imposed at this time?
No, sir.
All righty. For the offense, DUI third, level 6 felony, non-person felony, on which you criminal history score I, hereby sentence you to the standard sentence of 18 months in the custody of the Secretary of Corrections. On this sentence, you may earn up to 15% good time credit and would be subject to 24 months of post-release supervision. I will grant you probation for 24 months under the supervision of court services. Standard conditions plus the conditions, special conditions listed in the PSI are ordered. Have you gone over those with your attorney?
Yes.
All right, those are the special conditions. And as Mr. Marcinski laid out, you must serve at least 48 hours of consecutive time in jail, and that's been done, I've been told. So you don't have to do that. But whatever, do you know how much time you have spent in the jail? Do we know how much? Whatever the remainder is needs to be done on house arrest with work release.
Judge, on the PSI, she does have 2 days of jail credit.
Oh, just 2 then? Okay.
Yeah, just the 2.
All right. Then I guess then that's 28 days then of house arrest with work release. Any objection to removing the scram bracelet so she can be monitored with the either, I don't know if it's repath or just the regular GPS, but any objection to that, Mr. Marcinski?
No, Your Honor. And to be clear, I think it might be both, because there would be the monitoring for the house arrest portion of it, and then probation is recommending or asking the court to order repath as a potential discretionary condition.
Right. Now the repath could take the place of the scram bracelet. So, all right.
Right. And ultimately the house arrest GPS bracelet.
All right. And I think that's paid for then, right? Repath, Ms. Gross, is that covered? So that
Yes.
that'll save her some money. All right. I'll remove the scram bracelet. And so the repath, Ms. Norwood is another tool they have that call in and get tested, and so that you can remain accountable. Obviously, you've had some trouble with alcohol, but all right. So I'll order the scram bracelet that can be removed, but you're going to have to wear that stuff to keep track on the GPS.
And when do I do that?
Well, that's a good question. When can you have that set up? Maybe I'll just let you get with Miss Gross, and can you set that up? She probably doesn't know how to do all that. Can you do that for her? Yeah.
She just needs to report to our office as soon as she can. She will have to get set up with a GPS monitoring service on her own. We don't actually set that up. We just do the repath. But as soon as possible, she'll have to reach out to them and do that.
They can probably give you some numbers of places that you can call. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll got a few other housekeeping items to take care of here. I'll order you to pay the $400 KBI lab fee at the end of the month, ma'am. After you've worked, paid all your bills. What sort of discretionary income do you have?
Not working during the summer. So I just have the signer, but I can.
Judge, she works at Sumner County Academy, but they're closed for the summer. She doesn't have a job for the summer. I think that's what she was trying to tell you, Judge.
Okay.
So she probably doesn't have much discretionary income over the summer.
Sound like it. You don't have any fines or anything, which you typically would with the DUI first or second, which is interesting.
I can still pay some.
I'm sorry.
I can still pay some. I can try to pay like 1 to 2.
Yeah, I'm going to cut down the amount of attorney's fees you're responsible for. I think you should be responsible for some of them. I'll cut yours down to $250. Attorney's fees that you're responsible for. All right.
And the bids application fee.
I'll go ahead and excuse that and just leave it at the $250. You're advised at some point in the future you may have a right to expunge these crimes under Kansas statute, and you may appeal the sentence of this court if you believe it's imposed contrary to law. You have 14 days from the day with which to do that. As a convicted felon, you're prohibited from possessing a firearm, lost the right to vote until your sentence is fully discharged. With regard to that 28 days, just to make it clear, you receive hour for hour credit for the time served for the first 240 hours of confinement and day-to-day credit for the time served thereafter. So. All right. Ms. Gross, go ahead and tell her what she needs to do as soon as we get done here, so she can get signed up to finish off her hours.
Amber, I just need you to report to our office. If you could do so by end of day, that would be preferred. We can give you information for different GPS locations, Premier, Mott, Green Feather. So yeah, you'll just report to us.
I'm already on Green Feather, and they said they can just switch my number.
Perfect.
Just call as soon as you get off the phone, just to get this over with. If you don't have anything else going right now, so as soon as you get it started, soon you'll be done with it. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. If you have any questions, call Mr. Paul. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. I'm gonna cut